Let's talk about weed, baby, and the medicinal properties. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about weed, alright. I don't know what accent that is. Sorry if that offended anybody. Shalom. I will not be before you guys long. I just wanted to share something that is very personal in my life that might help others. It took me a long time to step out and make this video because I am a preacher's daughter, and whatever your faith walk is, something like cannabis has been definitely demonized because of the war on drugs. And I'm not going to get into that, but I will be talking about that in a different video because it is important to know history. Either way, I think it's something that is taboo and we need to grow up and talk about it because it's a thing. It's a thing. People eat and smoke weed and we need to get over it because it's a plant. You can think whatever you want, but here is my story of healing and restoration. In the fall of 2017, I was enrolled in a very, very stressful class, political science research methods to be exact. It was crazy. I put a lot of pressure on myself to succeed, just really impress my professor. And it was a small class size, and I just thought that I had to be perfect. And because of all that stress, my body was always in fight or flight mode. And I don't know if you know this, but biologically, when someone stresses, there is a hormone called cortisol, which is secreted by the adrenal glands, which are right on top of the kidneys. And it's to help us when we're in danger. So because my mind kind of conditioned my body to believe that I was always in a fight or flight situation, my body started to break down. The immune system started to attack itself, and it was manifesting this attack through the hair loss, which the autoimmune disease is called alopecia areata. Some people are born with that. There's different levels and stages of how it looks, depending on how severe it is. But because of that struggle was induced by the way of stress, I had to take some kind of actions in order to reverse it. Some people, it's irreversible, but I was like, no, I want my hair back. Coincidentally, it was a time where I just started wearing my hair natural and believing that it was beautiful. And that was a struggle within itself. So then to have it start to fall out, my confidence was just shattered. I was depressed and I didn't know what was going on. But the alopecia areata on the back of my head was very, very itchy. It was just like dry and inflamed and red, and it was constantly on my mind all the time, and I didn't want to scratch it because more hair would fall out. It was just really sad. I didn't recognize myself, but during that time I did some research. The main fix of this is corticosteroid shots in someone's head once a week. And I was like, I don't feel peace about this. I wonder why. Maybe because I don't want a freaking needle in my head once a week just so I can have hair. Possibly. Because they said, it might not grow back. And also one of the side effects is a weakened immune system. Medicine to fix an autoimmune disease by weakening the immune system. Thanks, pharmaceutical company. You're great. I was like, heck no, I'm not doing that. So I went in prayer and I was like, Father, please show me a natural way to do this because I don't want to get shots in my head. And I started changing my diet. Because of the immune system deficiency, I did not eat gluten because it started to make me sick. I stopped eating eggs because eggs can lower the immune system if you didn't know. I incorporated turmeric, tomatoes, ginger, anti-inflammatory foods, right? Even though I started to feel a little bit better, my hair still wasn't growing back, and I'm like, what is going on? So I used lavender treatments, which is just like I would take pure lavender, and then I also have essential oils, and I would just rub it on the spot where my hair was missing, and then the hair started to grow back a little bit, but it was thin and it was straight, and I'm like, whose hair is this? This ain't my hair, because at the time my hair was very thick. It still is thick, and I was always sitting in the front of the class because I was a nerd, or I am a nerd, and I just had to fluff out my hair. So that's when I started wearing the afro. But that was just to cover up the places where my hair was missing. So I did more research on different plants because I know that the Most High has made everything in this earth for us. To heal and to thrive and to live an abundant life. And then a lot of the forums would say, oh yeah, like I use marijuana to grow my hair back and to lower inflammation, all this stuff. And I was like, I would have never, ever thought about that. I did more research, printed out some scholarly articles that suggested that it could help autoimmune diseases. I showed my parents and they were like, yeah, go ahead, like we'll take care of it. We trust that the Most High will heal you. And they were just on board. And I was like, well, my parents are okay with me using weed. Okay, so how I would take it, I would eat it. So these are sour gelatin free, which means pork free gummies. This is from a company in Colorado. It's called Wana, like marijuana, get it? And yeah, I would just start off with I would microdose. I would take little dosages and maybe about like 30 minutes to an hour, it would kick in and I would be fine. Socially, it wasn't great because I was surrounded by Christian friends of mine who didn't really understand it. Remember, like their parents like witnessed the war on drugs, which was an agenda to demonize this plant and people of color along with it. So I mean, it just didn't look good to them. But either way, my hair was growing back. And honey child, when I tell you that my hair was back, a full head of hair, thick and curly and lengthy, within months, it was great. And I could sleep better. I had lower inflammation in my body. My immune system was up again. I was able to be happy and feel myself again. And I knew very well that it wasn't for me to worship or to glorify marijuana as a plant, but to thank the creator. So not so much focusing on creation, but the creator in who spoke this plant into existence. To be able to be used as medicine. Right now, I use CBD mainly where I get plants with seeds. The genetically modified cannabis that they have out now with high levels of THC, no seeds. Just be aware of that if anybody's gonna go take this healing journey as well. If you are struggling with an autoimmune disease of any kind or any cancerous cells, marijuana is a plant that can help you, but it shouldn't be the fix-all, be-all. But the flower has seeds. I don't smoke tobacco, none of that. Tobacco damages cells, also creates cancerous cells and lung disease, and inhaling any kind of marijuana will not do that unless you couple it with tobacco papers or anything like that. I stay away from that. It's funny how tobacco is legal, alcohol is legal, but marijuana, now Schedule 1 drug next to heroin, which means that's in the category that has no medicinal properties. Say what? But anyway, I'm selling legal CBD for anybody. I'm working with the company, so if anybody want some, I will leave the email in the description and I can talk more about that in a different video. But if you're interested, this helps with pain, inflammation, insomnia, menstrual cycle issues. It just regulates your body because we have an endocannabinoid or endocannabinoid system that the Most High has created within us that you don't learn about in schools. If you take CBD, hemp, marijuana, cannabis, whatever you want to call it, once you take that, it has the key to unlock the digestive system, unlock the immune system, unlock the cardiovascular system, unlock the integumentary system, and so forth. And it's literally the center of all of these other systems that are vital for the human body to thrive. And what it does, it brings everything back to an equilibrium. It brings everything back to homeostasis, so you are able to function and heal yourself. It literally increases the immune system, which helps to heal your own body. So you don't have to go into these doctor's offices and get these steroid shots in your head or take medication that might cause even more damage to someone's liver or their immune system, or make things worse, because I don't trust the pharmaceutical industry, and I say down with it. If anybody is suffering from anything that I named, you might get criticism, but just know that I support the medicinal use of marijuana, of cannabis, of hemp, because it is a plant, it is good, and yes, man is tampering with it, but at the end of the day, it's better to use a plant than to go into an industry that only sees you as a profit, and they don't really care about people. So frick that, and do what heals you. That is my little spiel. I'm glad that all my hair is back, and now I've locked it, and it's gonna be so long, and I'm gonna be whipping it back and forth. Praise the Most High for what He has done in my life, and be looking forward to hearing more about this topic of medicinal marijuana. I will even talk about if recreational marijuana use is a sin, because I know that a lot of believers are watching this. So yeah, happy 420. Be responsible. Check out my new single, Spaceman. It has nothing to do with marijuana, but I'm just shouting myself out. But it's a vibe. It's like